Good morning, everybody. Today, we're scaling it back, scaling it down, simplifying things, and we're going canoe fishing, creek fishing, ditch fishing. Kind of old school. I mean, that's how I came up, fishing out of a canoe. I've got a neighbor that has requested channel cat. Not my personal favorite, but that's what she wants, and she's up in years and can't get them on her own. So we're gonna get her some channel cats. After I accomplish that goal, I might do some white bass fishing. Let's go. So I've made it to the first spot and got things set up, having a little breakfast. I'm guessing that some of you may be wondering, what the heck is Quentin doing messing around in a little creek, stumbling around in a canoe when he's got Lucille in the Mississippi River? Well, you see, there's a couple things going on there. One, I sold Lucille, and I have delivered Lucille to her new owner, and she will spend the rest of her days bumping alligators on the head in golf course lakes and little community lakes, and occasionally a small river down in South Georgia. So there's that. And as of yet, I haven't replaced Lucille. I've been working on that actually for about 6 months. But I'm just not there yet. But I've had this canoe for, I don't know, 8 or 10 years. I've done 1,000,000 miles in it. Went after all sorts of species. It just so happens that I have a sweet spot for fishing out of these small boats in small bodies of water, because that's how I came up. I started fishing out of a canoe at about age 6 or 7, I think. By about age 8, I was solo fishing out of a canoe. My parents started letting me just go out and do my thing, which was great because I never wanted to be stuck in the house. I was always on the move, you know. And it's just in my blood. I like these small boats and small bodies of water just as much as I like big fancy boats and, you know, sonars and trolling motors and chasing down giants. I like it all. Speaking of that, check out my depth finder for the canoe. It's pretty high end. This is a No Limits Super HD down image, side image, 360 bottom checker combination whooper stick. It's pretty nice. Right now we're just over 1 whooper stick deep right here. I'd say about a whooper stick and a half, give or take. So let's talk bait. On this rod, oh yeah, by the way, I got new rods. Check this out. You guys know I love Rippin' Lips rods, but this is a medium light. I've never had these before. I picked them up at CATFISH conference, specifically for trips like this. So far, I like them really well. Anyway, got some braid down to a sliding no-roll sinker. I believe it's 1.5 ounces. A swivel and some leader to a little treble hook, because on this one I'm running some prepared bait. I hate running prepared bait, but I decided to do it. What the heck. It's some of this stuff also, which I picked up at CATFISH conference, and I may end up doing a review on it, but it's a cheese bait. smells somewhere between hot garbage and death. Yet oddly, I kind of want to try it. Not going to though. Yeah, I may do a review on that. We'll see how it works out. If it's terrible, I won't bother. If it's good and I think you guys should try it, I'll let you know. And then on this one, same setup, only it has a small circle hook because it's got a little bit of cut bait on it. I've given this spot a full 30 minutes. And I've got out skipjack and cheese bait. I think I've been more than patient. I think I'm going to move on and try something just a little different. Let's roll. If you spent much time in a canoe, you probably know that when there's only one person in the canoe, they don't handle nearly as well as they do when there are two people. However, over time I've learned a neat little trick on how to make this thing handle a little bit better. And ironically, it involves using my feet. Check this out. Notice there's nobody back there. When I've got the steering tensioner dialed in where the motor will hold itself straight. And now I just stand in the middle of the boat, nice and relaxed, like this. And I steer with my feet. If I want to go to the right, I just press down with my left foot. And the boat will slowly steer to the right to keep me on course. Or if I want to go to the left, I just slowly wait with my right foot and the boat will go to the left. I don't know, kind of neat, kind of fun. I just saw a giant gar. We're almost to the next spot. Fingers crossed that it's better. Well, folks, I have got distracted. This is not the target species. I was cruising to my next destination and I ran into these one of these little spots where, again, we got a creek feeding into a creek, and I just couldn't resist seeing if there was white bass in the neighborhood today, and there is. But this is not what's going to make Jolene happy. I mean, let's be honest, she probably wouldn't complain, but it's not a catfish. So I need to get back to the mission at hand and get your catfish. So there's water here. There's bait here. There should be a catfish or two here. And I intend to find out. I don't know if you want the bad news or the good news first. But the bad news is I was on the phone with my buddy, Mr. Patterson, when the good news hit. And this was the good news. Look at this ugly old catfish. I mean, that's a face only a mother could love. That is an ugly fish. Normally, the fish out of this creek are much, much prettier. But we need this one. We're on the board now with a catfish. He bit that fresh cut skipjack. And ugly or not, I'm going to put this thing on a stringer and take it to Miss Jolene. We need, actually this one's pretty good size, so I said we need 4, but we need one more like this or two smaller ones. This one right here will probably feed her for a week. I love this stuff. bite. Catfishing and white bass fishing all at the same time is not a bad way to spend a day off, I'll tell you what. Here we go. Oh, barely hooked. Stay hooked, little fish. Stay hooked. Stay hooked. Oh, yeah. Now just look at that. Who wouldn't like that? I ought to put you on a stringer. That's what I ought to do. But that's not what we came for. Oh boy. There's an ornery one. My goodness. Woo. Oh, it's pulling like. Yeah. Who hid my pliers this time? There's a steep drop off right out here, about 10 to 12, maybe 13 feet from the canoe. And I'm having trouble getting these fish up over that drop off. There's a lot of brush and stuff on that drop off. But boy, is it worth the trouble. It's so much fun fighting these things. Oh yeah. That's a good one here. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I mean, there it is compared to my arm, and I'm somewhat of a long, my elbow's here. I'm somewhat of a long-armed guy. That is nice. Ooh, golly. This thing hit like Kelly Clarkson on the way to the snack bar. Yeah. Stay up off that ledge. Oh man. Wow. You cannot beat that with a stick. Gotta try to keep these things up as high as I can because of that ledge out there. I can see him. I can see him. I can see clearly now. Ha ha. Yes. Yes. Another good one. Looks pretty wide. Yes. They always want to go right in that bush. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah. Well, folks, honestly, I could sit here all afternoon enjoying myself catching these white bass. But I promised somebody 4 channel cats. So I think I'm going to run back upstream to that spot that I started out at. It's been good to me before on channel cats. I'll go up there and give it one last try before going home. See if I can get those other 3 channel cats. Well, I suppose that's that. I mean, I have given this spot a second chance today. I've been sitting here about 45 minutes this time with the cut bait and the cheese bait. I don't know what kind of game the catfish are playing today, but it does not involve what I've got to offer, evidently. I suppose maybe just the spot's just not happening today. But any day you can come out and catch a mess of those crazy white bass like I caught earlier, man. I'm not going to complain. And I do have enough channel cat for Miss Jolene to eat for 2 evenings, I'd say. Maybe more. And now I have an excuse to come back and do better the next time. I'm going to be doing a whole series of these videos in my little canoe, fishing creeks, ditches, all kind of backwater sloughs. Even going to do some bait fishing videos. And soon enough we'll get into some boat rigging when the new vessel is ready for camera action. And then we'll get back out there on the big water eventually. Thanks for watching.